Alter, der ist ja schon fast down.
Rescue. There's one task off the to-do list. Then we just have to deal with the kingdom.
None will pass on my watch. Lost. I will end you.
Oh, Gott sei Dank.
So I live to see another day, do I knew the goddess wouldn't defend us.
I don't like how close we cut this, but I'm glad we're safe. Now we can focus on the rest of the fight.
Da oben ist die Ding.
So,
Holt ihr den da?
Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Der Rasier und die Dings schicken wir dann auf.
Time to shine. Sure hope this goes okay.
Starting the mission. Advancing.
move out. Not a I'm here. Take a breather.
Now that Lord Lonato is rescued,
Wobei ich mir die Dinge selber hole.
finally dispense with the magic.
Ah! Geholfen, der Gaspar-General hatte Nebel.
The fog is gone. Now we don't have to keep running into things.
Then you found Lord Lonato. Good. I will join the hunt.
Scheiße, wie schnell ist
I
die?
was starting to worry we would never be able to put our archers to use. Will not be permitted to run amok in one of my strongholds, friend.
Nix da, Ingrid, das kannst du vergessen.
It will be safe in our care.
It will take more than this.
Es ist ja auch mehr, ich bin noch nicht fertig.
Is that all?
Bernie auf 15.
How am I being bested by the likes of you?
Siehst du verdammt Bogenschütze? Deswegen? Ash ist mit Verstärkung aufgetaucht. Alter, Ash schaut viel besser aus wie vorher.
Betray His Majesty Lonato. How could you do this to me?
Ist das der Vater?
Here I go.
Egel hat
No,
Schnappe
they
die.
must learn who they're up against.
Leave this one to me.
Ash, you came here for me.
Ash is your adopted son, and family should not fight family. Let us persuade him to lay down his arms instead.
Warte mal, wie kann ich das starten?
Now, rain arrows down upon them.
Besiege und rekrutiere Ash. Na, komm mal her, Penner.
We're really in a tight spot here.
Edelgard besiegt Ash.
Stop it, Ash. You're throwing your life away. Do you want Lord Lonato carrying that weight around for the rest of his life?
You're right. I surrender.
Ja, aber lass mich vorher die anderen Typen noch kalt machen.
Forgive me, Ash. I beg you. I could not bear to lose another son.
Genau so wollte ich
Here's
das.
the chief. Now we hunt down any kingdom stragglers and what?
Beides ist so mit Jerlads
Your
aufgetaucht.
fun ends here.
Oh ja, jetzt geht's los.
An enemy detachment. Put them to rout and make sure to keep Lord Lonato safe.
The mercenaries have cut off their retreat. Now's our chance to get Lonato.
Not good. I must help Lord Lonato.
Kleinen Pisser, na wartet.
You're done.
Warte mal, wo sind die? Wo ist der Byleth? Da ist er.
Starting the mission. Is that an order?
Edi auf ihn.
No mistake.
Oh, das ist schlecht, ne?
So, what should I be doing again? Sure, let's try it.
Die zwei beschützen dann.
Here I go.
It's Birdie's time to shine.
Schnappst dir
Sure hope
den.
this goes okay. Leave this one to me. That's my cue.
Alter, wie der Byleth jetzt schon die Hauptstraße besetzt hat.
Such monstrous strength.
Na, wartet, ich komm. Alter, wie viele sind da? Alter, wie der Sack von hinten einfach kommt.
You again, is it? I see you fight for the Empire now.
Just draw your weapon already. You and me have a score to settle.
Alter, was? Wie viele kommen denn da noch? Shit.
Guess I better get in there instead of letting the kid do all the work.
Hallo, ist Rangeld.
Count me in, Captain. I may be a new arrival, but no one can rival my enthusiasm.
Okay, besiege Jerlads und Alois.
Ignore the ash.
Okay, okay. Ich weiß, ich sollte die erst aussprechen lassen. Ich habe keinen Lanzenträger dabei, ne?
Here I go.
Edelgard schnappt sich in Aloy.
Target the enemy commander instead. Doing so will force them to retreat.
Now I'm starting to feel it.
I know we were told not to engage, but isn't this a great opportunity to see how much you've grown?
Boah! Alter!
Come then, let us fight with honor.
Well, couldn't hurt.
Wait, is that Alois? Since when did he quit the Knights of Saros? The Ashen Demon is no joke. If you don't feel like you can win, it's best to stay far away.
Time to face the Blade Breaker's wrath.
Alter, das sind halt auch gleich 3, ne? Warum hat er mich jetzt trotzdem erwischt?
I was worried the Empire's soldiers lacked backbone.
You're in my way.
Starting the mission. Is that an order?
Schnappt euch ein Ding.
So, what should I...
Ich schnapp mir ein Beiles.
No escape. Out of the way. Witness my true power. No escape. Take this. Here it comes.
Ist er mit in der Reihe drin oder hast du dich jetzt einfach umgedreht, du Sack? Er hat sich natürlich umgedreht vorher, ne?
Too easy. I must learn from your feats. Witness my true power. I admit, you have a better handle on that strange power of yours. Here it comes. Take this. You're done.
Der ist schon sauschwer.
I did what I came to do.
Beiles wurde abgewehrt.
I let them slip away like it was nothing.
Was sind die anderen immer noch beim Jerald? Okay, der hält aber auch so viel aus, ne? Na komm her.
We're really pushing our luck here, Alois. You decide when we fall back.
Wait, here goes. I'll take over.
I won't be the one to drag my new comrades down. Now you'll learn.
Ah, wie er schön alle dasteht.
No, not yet. Gerald's mercenaries, retreat!
Well done. We have kept his lordship safe. This victory will greatly further our conquest.
Alter Schwede, was für ein Fight. Puh.
Well, we did it.
Yet you're still the saddest looking fighter in camp. Why the long face?
Because we only barely got the job done. Everything else was a miserable failure. Sure, we saved Lonato and put Gerald and his mercenaries to rout, but we let the kingdom's troops get away in the process. And if that wasn't bad enough, I failed to beat the Ashen Demon. Basically, we lost in nearly every way you can lose.
Wrong. You were hired to do a job, and you did it. And in the process, you've received a valuable reminder about the unique danger the Ashen Demon poses.
You're right. I can't believe one fighter could turn the tide of an entire battle like that.
Precisely. They're surely going to continue standing in our way, so do try to dig a little deeper the next time you square off.
Then I guess my goal hasn't changed. Thanks for the encouragement.
Weißt du, wir haben komplett gewonnen und dann, oh, ja, ich weiß ja, wir haben schon irgendwie verloren, ne? Der überzeugt keine Scheiße, Alter. Von mir fucking Beilath erledigt. Also, vertrieben. Aber er hatte nicht mehr viel Energie. Das Einzige, was mir mit Beilath stört, ist, dass der halt aufs Nichts reagiert, Mann. Der interessiert sich halt scheiß, wenn du auf ihn draufhaust.
This is part.
Ich wusste, dass wir bloß so wenig Kohle gekriegt haben. Ah, Edelgard und Hubert und Edelgard und Dorothea auf C. Ash ist jetzt spielbar. Kaiserreich Adrestea. 10 Reputation.
We must make haste. There's not a moment to lose.
Understood.
Randolph, take your troops to Orion Road and await further instruction from Hubert.
Leave it to me, Your Majesty.
Why is everyone so worked up? What happened?
It seems the troops we stationed in the Alliance are in danger, and serious danger at that. Gloucester and the other lords betrayed them, and now they have been completely cut off.
No.
The word betrayal suggests they were on our side in the first place. But I think we can safely assume that was never their intent. This whole time they were simply waiting for us to move the rest of our army toward the kingdom. As soon as they saw an opportunity, they cut off routes to the Great Bridge of Myrddin and Garreg Mach. Now that our troops are trapped on Alliance lands, House Regan and House Gloucester have them surrounded on both sides. It's doubtless one of Claude's clever little stratagems, and it stings.
I don't understand. Everyone is aware of the troubled history between Regan and Gloucester. Why would they decide to bury the hatchet now? Unless... This supposed feud is little more than a web Claude has spun for this exact moment.
Perhaps it is, but perhaps not. For all we know, he wants us to overthink the situation and make a greater mistake.
Zur Vorsicht ermahnen.
We better stay on our toes. This all fell together too perfectly to be some kind of unhappy accident.
I suppose. All I know is that our reinforcements will never make it there in time. The direct route east risks running into both Kingdom and Alliance forces. But if we attempt to skirt around them, we will all be aged in gray before we ever reach Gloucester.
Which means our only option is marching south. We'll regroup on this side of the Aramid River, retake the Great Bridge of Murden to cover our backs, and...
That doesn't sound a whole lot faster. Will our troops be able to hold out that long?
I would say no, but these are no ordinary soldiers. They are commanded by our greatest warrior, Count Leopold von Bergliez, the Minister of Military Affairs, and a man who has never lost even one battle. If anyone can rally our troops and convince them to hold, it's him.
What a brilliant trap. The Regan boys even craftier than they say.
I agree, sir. Even Count Gloucester's inept army seems to be acting with remarkable discipline. But will the reinforcements reach us in time?
The real question is, are they coming at all? Because if they're on the way, they'll make it in time. So long as I draw breath, they will make it. So count on them coming. Her Majesty would never abandon us.
Yes, sir.
Soldiers of the Empire, I know fear gnaws at your hearts, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Don't run from this fear. Embrace it. Take measure of the enemy that surrounds us, and look them square in the face. Yes, we're outmaneuvered and face a vicious fight ahead. But pray to the goddess for protection, and her fire will fill your soul. And our only duty here is to stay alive, be fearful of death, and let not a single soldier fall needlessly. Raise your voices with me now. Let me hear your courage. We will not lose.
Wow, these guys aren't backing down. If anything, they actually seem more excited than before. How is that possible? They're completely surrounded. No one will ever reach them in time.
Yes, but Count Bergliez is their commander. And I'm guessing a lot of those troops are veterans of the Dagda and Bridget War. During that conflict, the Count's troops held off wave after wave of Dagda soldiers right to the very end. Our force must look tame in comparison.
Okay, so what now? I wanted this to be clean, but we're looking at a complete bloodbath on both sides. What I want is the upper hand against the Empire, not these people's lives.
And there's honor in that, but I don't think they're going to play along.
They don't have to accept every part of it. I just thought they might be, you know, scared? Well, so be it. They may have boundless courage, but they don't have boundless food. If Count Bergliez wants me to tighten the snare, that's exactly what I'll do.
Ja, aber wir kommen rechtzeitig an. War das nicht im anderen Spiel auch so? Rote Flammen, Brücke des Verrats.
Scarlet Blaze. Bridge of Betrayal. The Empire achieves early success in the war thanks to House Gloucester, a noble alliance house whose vows of allegiance and safe passage were key to the quick capture of Garreg Mach. But Count Gloucester breaks his oath and turns on Bergliez's troops, trapped in hostile territory with their supply routes severed. The Imperial Army's outlook appears bleak.
Dem Typen würde ich nicht mal 5 Meter weit
I
trauen.
may have miscalculated, my son.
How can that be possible, Father? We have the enemy surrounded.
Yes, and they have yet to give a damn. Time grows short, and soon Edelgard's reinforcements will descend upon the Alliance.
Then we will hold them off at the Great Bridge.
And they will find another way. If they manage to take even one of the Aramid River's crossings, they can break through our ranks. And while that may not spell immediate defeat, it will dash any hopes of Count Burgleys' surrender. Eventually, Edelgard's army will wash over the land, and then, my son, we will be defeated.
Speak plain, father. I beg of you. What does this mean for House Gloucester?
Keine Rosen für dich, Penner.
Do not fret, Lawrence. This was a leap of faith we had to take to better our territory's fortunes. When Claude came to me with this offer, I determined the reward to be worth the risk. If the gambit fails, so be it. All it means is that our house will have to swear allegiance to the Empire.
Edelgard will never settle for such. She will demand... Oh, father. No.
I am proud of you, my son. You have grown into a man strong and wise enough to lead our house.
Is there nothing that can be done? What of your dream to claim the Alliance leadership from House Regan?
It is your house now. You determine our path. Besides, when the dust finally settles from this war, there may not be an alliance to lead.
So I am to submit to the Empire and carve out as big a place for our family as I can? You would have me put an end to the Leicester Alliance?
Perhaps my praise of your wisdom was ill-advised. You get ahead of yourself, Lawrence. We bend the knee only if we lose, not before. And as you said, we may yet be able to drive back the Emperor's reinforcements and win the day. Always think 2 steps ahead, my son. Be clever. Survive. That is the lesson I seek to impart. I had best go prepare for my final battle as Count Gloucester. However this plays out, look for a way for our house to prosper and seize it, Lawrence. See, that is how Irvin Fritz Gloucester fights, and it is how you must fight as well.
Mensch, verdammt, Erwin.
Well, we managed to slog our way to the encampment. Now we just have to finalize our plan.
Why is it so important to hold part of the Aramid riverbank again? I mean, wouldn't it make more sense to cross over into Alliance territory before it's too late?
If we do, we risk the enemy cutting off our retreat. We are here to break their siege, not fall prey to one.
If we don't conduct this rescue carefully, we'll be worse off than we started. We must be smart. And that means establishing at least one bridgehead in addition to the Great Bridge of Murden.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
The Minister is a general of much endurance. You'll be holding out until we arrive. He is more than a warrior and a maker of strategies. It would lack wisdom to be making an enemy of him.
Yep, that's my father. No one can beat him. I just hope I can be half the warrior he is one day.
I think even 1.5 Burgleses would be more than enough. Not that it's any of my business.
So, what are we to do about House Gloucester? They have indicated a willingness to swear fealty, for whatever that pittance of a promise is worth. That leaves only Phlegathon and Ordelia, and I doubt very much that anyone would take us to task for dismantling them.
The head of House Ordelia is one of the 5 great lords. Dismantling them, as you say, would hamper Her Majesty's ability to rule effectively in the future. Consider, for example, why we chose not to dismantle House Eyre.
Because I belong to House Eyre, and you did not have to. Ah, of course. You are happy so long as they install successors who are willing to toe the line.
That is the plan, yes. House Phlegathon, however, must be disposed of. Their lord, Acheron, has leveraged his control of the Great Bridge to do whatever he well pleases. I have a suspicion the Alliance desires him gone as badly as we do.
Lawrence Gloucester and Lysithea von Ordelia were Her Majesty's schoolmates, yes? They may be more willing to listen to reason than the others.
Ey, Lysithea holen wir auf jeden Fall zu
Sure,
uns.
but Claude went to the Officers' Academy too. And he's taken a firm stance against the Empire. Do you really think this can be handled via diplomacy?
That will depend on precisely what their demands are. But first, we must retake the Great Bridge and extricate Count Burgles and his troops. Let us focus our energies on that for the time.
Agreed. And it would behoove us all not to overlook how devious Claude can be just because we went to the academy together. If he's not willing to come to the table, I won't hesitate to meet him on the battlefield instead.
I won't hold back either. Sometimes you have to kill old friends in this line of work.
Ja, ja. Wie es halt sofort gegen die Allianz geht, obwohl wir gerade das Kaiserreich angegriffen haben. Das Königreich. Das sind halt, oh, jetzt schon 5 Schlachten, ne? Nicht schon wieder.
Pardon me.
Schon gehört, Chess? Ja, das höre ich das nächste Mal. Ich bedanke mich an der Stelle bei euch fürs Zuschauen. Ich wäre gestern nicht so faul gewesen wäre, dann hätte ich schon mehr aufgenommen. Aber dann kommt man von der Arbeit und bleibt, oh, gammel, gammel. Also, danke fürs Zuschauen, macht's gut und bis zum nächsten Mal. Servus.